After serving the community for decades, the fate of the old wading pool in Lisbon is up in the air. The pool could close for good at the end of the season after it failed to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA.
But city leaders are working fast to try to figure out how to keep the community from being left high and dry. KCRG TV 9's Jill Caspery joins us tonight. And Jill, what's the issue that the city's facing here?
Well, the parks director says the pool actually has a number of issues. It's old and it needs a lot of maintenance work. But the big problem is that it doesn't have the ADA entrance it needs for kids with disabilities. It's one that would slope from the sidewalk into the water. So the city wants to replace the wading pool and needs to work quickly to figure out what to do.
We're on our last leg of compliance there, so we really need to find something to put in there.
September 3rd could be the final time kids swim around in this small wading pool. It's one that's been around as long as some can remember.
I grew up in this pool here.
Elizabeth Vitapo now brings her 2-year-old to play in the same pool. For little Maddie, it's an endless source of splashing fun.
I would love for it to stay because it's, a great option for little people. But, I understand that it's probably kind of an expense too.
Lisbon Parks and Rec Director Liz Neff says the wading pool is closing at the end of the season.
Likely for good. We're just leaving our options open because we don't want to have a gap for the community. We want to make sure they have something in place.
City leaders want to make sure people always have some sort of water attraction to come back to. So that means it's time to do some quick thinking. The city's pondering building a new wading pool with a sloping entrance and possibly adding a splash pad. But as always, the mayor says money isn't easy to come by.
We're just like any small community. Tax money is hard to come by, and there's other things that we can't just take $100,000, $200,000 and just put it in the budget.
The Parks and Rec Director is confident the city will come up with a plan. She thinks if everyone puts their head together, they can raise all the money and have it ready to go by next summer.
It's going to be a race to the next season.
City leaders say keeping the current wading pool really isn't an option. The pipes are old and leaking, and the maintenance needs are just too high. In fact, we're told someone actually has to manually refill the pool each morning as the water leaks out. Now, Beth and Bruce, nothing's set in stone yet. They're still going to have to talk about this for a couple of months, but they want to get something in place by next summer. So
Definitely.
A lot of work.
Kids would miss it.
That's right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jill.